The vanilla in your baking cabinet almost certainly has never touched a vanilla bean. Less than 1% of vanilla flavor sold globally comes from an orchid, the rest being synthetic vanillin manufactured from wood pulp, clove oil, or petrochemical precursors. And while the label may say pure and show vanilla flowers, the ingredient list never lies. Real vanilla extract lists only vanilla beans, alcohol, and water, never just one chemical. So flip the bottle, and if it reads vanillin without vanilla bean extractives, you are holding a lab-made imitation that vanishes when heated. Balsamic vinegar in most pantries is actually wine vinegar with caramel color for darkness and gar gum or cornstarch for thickness, chemically closer to dyed cooking wine than aged grape must. The test is the ingredient panel. Real balsamic. Even the everyday supermarket kind labeled balsamic vinegar of Modena contains only grape must and wine vinegar. No caramel color, no added sugar syrup, no thickeners. And real balsamic coats a spoon naturally because it is syrupy from concentrated grape must, while the fake runs off thin and watery in seconds. Truffle oil sold in grocery stores almost always contains exactly zero truffle, using instead a synthetic petroleum-derived compound called 2,4-dithiapentane to mimic the smell of white truffles. The label will say truffle aroma or truffle flavor, never real truffle. And the giveaway is that real truffle aroma fades within days of opening, while synthetic truffle oil smells the same. Powerfully for months, if it still punches you in the nose after half a year, you are eating perfumed oil. Wasabi served with sushi, 95% of the time is not real wasabi but a paste of horseradish. Mustard and green food dye, sometimes with cornstarch and a mix of yellow and blue dyes, to create that pastel green. If the first ingredient is horseradish, you have never tasted real wasabi, which is sweet, vegetal, and loses its heat in seconds, while the sharp, lingering burn in your sinuses is horseradish and nothing else. Crab meat in sushi rolls, seafood salads, and pre-made dips is frequently surimi, Alaskan pollock ground into a paste, flavored with crab extract and dyed, a legal product but often used without disclosure. Real crab flakes irregularly with visible muscle fibers and tastes sweet and briny, whereas surimi is smooth, rubbery, and peels apart like string cheese in uniform sheets. If it peels, it was never crab. Cinnamon sold as ground powder in the U.S. is usually cassia, not true Ceylon cinnamon. Cassia is cheaper, harder, darker, and high in coumarin, which can damage the liver. And some cassia has even been found with lead chromate added for color. If you have sticks, true Ceylon is light tan with many paper-thin layers you can crumble between your fingers, while cassia is a single hard dark tube that is difficult to break. Ground black pepper, according to a 2021 study, had over 70% of commercial samples containing undeclared fillers like papaya seeds, cornstarch, wheat starch, and buckwheat hulls. But there is a test you can do right now. Sprinkle a pinch on lukewarm water. Real pepper is hydrophobic and floats because its oils repel water, while fillers absorb water and sink within seconds. So if your pepper sinks, it is carrying fillers you were never told about. Food fraud persists because it is rarely illegal to be misleading, and most of us assume someone has already verified what sits on the shelf, but they have not. Now you have 7 tests for vanilla extract: balsamic vinegar, truffle oil, wasabi, crab meat, cinnamon, and black pepper that you can perform yourself in seconds. And next week, we are naming the specific brands that pass every single test and the ones that fail spectacularly.